Her father's first reaction was kind of like when they walked in, they were like, "Have you heard of leukemia?" And he just busted into tears at that moment. The third chemo was so harsh on her body. She was throwing up like back to back. And she was losing weight just in that week that she did chemotherapy. She threw up so much. They had her on Ativan and Zofran every 3 hours just to control her vomiting, and it still didn't control it. They sent us home like that and told me just to keep giving her the medicine and giving her the medicine and it would stop, but it didn't. And they sent us home on a Friday. By the time we got back that Monday, she was so dehydrated, all she could do was lay on the bed in a ball. They had to shoot Zofran and every drug you could like through her and give her fluids to even bring her back that day.
We even asked them, nothing sounded sure. When we had a problem with this, they would change it to that, or so it seemed like they would just experiment. So we thought we'd take the experiment into our own hands, and that's what we went ahead and found Yahki.
I don't think she's gonna survive this treatment. So no matter what nobody said, I was still gonna go with this path.
So first off, I just want to give Candace, Kai, and Kaylee a round of applause because they did the impossible. She went from standard of care where the baby was getting mutilated, getting shot up with chemotherapy, and just, her body wasn't taking the standard of care chemotherapy and radiation good. And she said, you know what? I'm gonna save my baby's life. I'm gonna stop doing this and I'm gonna go outside the box and go against what everybody have taught her not to do in school and take the healing natural approach. So I wanna give you a round of applause first. Yes, give yourself a round of applause. So, beautiful story. She just told the whole story. It was amazing. Basically, Kaylee was diagnosed with neuroblastoma. She also was diagnosed with leukemia. She did chemotherapy, radiation. They took her teeth out of her mouth.
They had them taken out all of her front teeth because during stem cell, you can't have loose anything. They pulled out all of her front teeth with her awake. Because she was so immunocompromised, they couldn't even put her to sleep. I had to help them hold her while they pulled out all front of her teeth. I couldn't take it anymore. We got to a point when I was like, this is just it. Like, third day of immunotherapy, they had to put on oxygen. She couldn't even breathe. So that's the morning I was like, we're gonna pull her. We found something else. And that's when we came to you guys.
Her lungs collapsed. She went through so much. A 4-year-old, a little baby. And through all of that, she seen that just wasn't working for her spirit. She seen it wasn't working for her. So what she did was, her and her husband ended up finding me and getting in contact with us.
And I woke up the next morning and I was like, I'm gonna take her to a holistic doctor. I'm not doing this anymore. The doctors came in, the nurse advocates, everybody. It was like, but statistics say, and that's when they started telling me all the things like, you can't just pull her. We had other people, and I was like, I can't. And they was like, okay, we'll take her off. Would you just let her finish the immunotherapy? I said, no, I can't. The Navi was like, why would you drive 12 hours before you got an appointment? I was like, I got no choice. Right. You're gonna have to see me now. Because we didn't even have an appointment when we first came up here. Y'all worked us in.
And then everything Yahki was saying, it was like, okay, that makes sense. So he was like, this is affect that and that affects this. I'm like, I could look that up. Everything just made sense. It was just, 2 plus 2. It made 4 every time when he talked.
Yeah, we watched almost, I think, every video Dr. Yahki had after that. And we tried to implement some of the things we could do on our ends from his video, but we couldn't do it all. So we had to come up here and actually visit him at that point.
And we put them on a diet regimen. We put them on fruits, vegetables, and herbs, and we put them on a daily schedule. And now to this very day, Kaela do not have any cancer, no leukemia, no neuroblastoma, no tumor. She's completely tumor-free.
We were driving home in the car, and the doctor calls, and he was like, hey, we have Kaela's results. It's from a 9 to a 0. And I was still stunned. I was holding the phone and he was like, put it on speakerphone so I could hear it too. And I couldn't even push the speakerphone button. Then I was like, he said it's from a 9 to a 0. And then the doctor was like, do you understand what that means? I was like, she's cured. He was like, yeah, you can go ahead, set up the surgery and get it taken out. Her wires and everything, because it's gone. And we had to see him 3 months after that. July 17th, we actually got the package after he altered it and made it for her. And by September 25th, she was cleared.
So what we're gonna do for Kaela, we're gonna tell her to ring the bell. So if you want to, we want you to ring the bell 3 times. Okay? Can you do it? Yep, let's do it.
Go ahead. You ready?
Congratulations, y'all.
Congratulations.
And this is just to show y'all, like I always tell y'all, you do not have to be subdued about what you've been taught in the programming that's been put on you. There are natural ways to heal the body. All you have to do is go back to nature. What were we doing 1,000 years ago? And once you start following those protocols and you start getting back in sunlight, you start drinking and hydrating the body, you start replacing all of the things that you are deficient with the minerals and everything that you need, and you open up the lymphatic system to let that sewer system truly drain itself, you're gonna always get healing results. And that's just what it is. So for y'all that think that you too far gone, as long as you got breath in your body, as long as you alive and as long as you breathing, there is a chance. Peace.